is 7 News.
Thank you for joining us for 7 News. I'm Tara Bates. Comanche County elections are a week away, so to make sure our voters are well informed on what they're voting for, 7 News reporter Seth Marsicano shares what you need to know about the 2040 CIP extension when you take to the polls.
When you go out to shop, you expect whatever you buy to be taxed. But what's not as common is knowing where that money goes. According to the city, there is a 9% tax throughout Lawton. 4.5% goes to the state, 4.125% goes toward the city. Of that, 2% goes directly into the general fund, and 2.125% comes from CIP. The rest goes to the county. Periodically, citizens will vote for a capital improvement plan or CIP to extend the 2.125% sales tax increase that's currently in place. The 2019 CIP is set to expire in 2034, but the resolution states this vote, if passed, would extend the life to 2040, bringing in $34 million a year with an inflation factor. This comes in the form of issued bonds that are paid back by the CIP funds coming in. But why now? As the city works to catch up from 2019 CIP projects because of COVID, according to city officials, there's a plethora of projects they want to start, but lack the funding to do so, as many of the projects in the plan can't be completed without the vote of approval. Projects like renovating the Lawton Animal Welfare and new traffic cams around the city. However, there are some key things to note about this proposal. The main one is a permanent addition to an impermanent tax. If voted for, an indefinite 1% excise tax would go to fund new projects, which according to Mayor Stan Booker would stay in place even after 2040. 0.25% goes towards streets, roads, and bridges, 0.25% will go towards parks and amenities, and 0.5% will go towards public safety wages and an emergency fund. The wages portion comes from a public safety tax passed as part of the CIP back in 2015. Which also funded police and fire wages. However, this item includes public dispatch personnel and an inflation factor. Mayor Booker says if they continue paying first responders through the operation budget, it will take away from other city services, meaning if the indefinite 1% tax does not become a reality, the pay raises could see the same fate, at least for the time being. Some residents have questioned how a sales tax can cover first responder salaries or benefits. According to the city, anything that can be paid for by a bond is considered capital improvement. Another item that receives some controversy is industrial development, which is set to receive $35 million. That's more than 1 year of estimated revenue from the tax. This money will be sitting in a lull for when new industrial opportunities arise. Still, other residents brought up the city's track record of bringing in businesses like West Wind Elements and Vista. For that reason, they question if this is a good idea. With all of this being said, keep in mind, this election, with a list of over 36 individual projects this extension city officials say it will fund, voters need to know when you go to the ballot box, you either vote yes for every project or vote no for none of them. Booker says if the CIP were not to pass, they will simply reevaluate it and put it up for another vote. The CIP extension and mayoral vote take place on August 27th. Reporting for 7 News, I'm Seth Marsicano.
You can find specific information about our coverages over the projects on our website at KSWO.com.